$154,000 raised from fundraisers and donations, $22,000 worth of produce sold in the Baltimore, Washington area, 1,300 participants engaged in Jubilee Arts, and nearly 20 residents provided with recovery services in 2021 alone. Intersection of Change carved a path that combated drug and homelessness in Baltimore by providing counseling, urban development, and uniquely, art. They tackled Baltimore's problems in profound ways, creating a lasting and generational impact on our community. Let's take a look at the steps they took to intersect our city in a way that completely changed the dynamic of Baltimore as we know it. Here is Intersection of Change.
Throughout the 90s, drug use heavily impacted the city. The increased use and addiction to heroin caused an alarming 426% increase in overdose death from 1990 to 1997, making Baltimore the worst city in regard to drug overdose rate at the time. In addition to the ongoing war on drugs, Baltimore faced another problem: poverty. At the beginning of the decade, the poverty rate in Baltimore sat at 21.9%. 10 years later, in 2000, Baltimore saw a 1% increase in poverty rate. This, combined with the increased drug abuse, created many problems throughout the city, such as increased crime.
Despite the seemingly irreversible situation plaguing the city, Baltimore resident Elder C.W. Harris sought to combat these issues and face the socioeconomic challenges of Baltimore at the time. Harris was a pastor of Newborn Community of Faith Church, whose mission was, and still is, to bring God's love and healing to the community. And he did just that. In 1996, Harris established Newborn Holistic Ministries, now known as Intersection of Change, right on Pennsylvania Avenue. Newborn Holistic Ministries primarily focused on combating the increasing poverty rate in Baltimore that was faced in the 1990s. Now, to help with this profound initiative, he works alongside his wife, leader, and co-founder, Amelia Harris, and community activist, musician, and now executive director, Todd Marcus.
Following the push against increasing poverty rates, Baltimore faced a drug epidemic in the 2000s. In the 2000s, drug arrests increased a dramatic 58%, as there were recorded 271,513 arrests made, compared to the already astonishing 171,348 drug arrests made in the 90s. In addition to arrests, drug-related deaths in Baltimore proved to be a serious issue. Throughout the 2000s, Baltimore recorded an astonishing rate of 42.2 drug overdose deaths per 100,000 citizens, almost quadruple the national rate of 12.7.
As a fighting force against the war on drugs, Intersection of Change established Martha's Palace in 2000, a rehab and recovery program for women fighting substance abuse and homelessness. It brought about a place of comfort and helping women overcome challenges in their lives. They focused their time educating the women on addiction as well as health and wellness. In 3 years, Martha's Palace expanded and filled 6 vacant spots on Pennsylvania Avenue as outdoor gardens that help residents find tranquility and resolve in the beauty of nature. And just in 2021, they welcomed half a dozen new women to the program, continuing to aid and help the women of our Baltimore community.
A year later, Intersection of Change opened Jubilee Arts, a program that focused on art, dance, and ceramics. They heavily focused on the aspect of art in the city, bringing about a needed sense of community at the time. They painted breathtaking murals around different parts of Baltimore City. Here we have a 2020 mural called A Promising Future, led by artist McKinley Wallace III, her intern Dominique Butler, and a plethora of young art apprentices. The artist painted this mural to represent protecting our freedom and rights, expressing amazing culture in Baltimore City, and portraying life as a game of chess and taking it one wise step at a time.
But they didn't stop there. In 2016, they launched their third program, Strength to Love 2, which focused on employment and workforce development, as well as addressing the food crisis in Baltimore. Recently, in 2019, they launched Thrive, a program part of Strength to Love 2 that focuses on job seeking, certification classes, and lots of amazing gardening and farming for young adults.
To this day, they followed their mission, providing programs that enrich the economic, social, and spiritual lives of those dealing with poverty-related issues in Sandtown, Winchester, and surrounding communities of West Baltimore. Using community, faith, and holistic inspired community building, Intersection of Change has made profound impacts to serve our Baltimore community and will continue to do so for many years to come.